Thank you for joining us on another Cash or Trash episode. I'd like to warn everybody that some of these videos may be a little upsetting to some of you because we may be talking a little bit of trash about some of these brands, especially if you work for the company, if you own any of these brands, or if you're just a fan of them. We may talk a little bit of trash and knock them down a peg or two, but there may be some good stuff as well, so check it out. Hey everyone, it's Alan back at it with another Cash or Trash episode. Today's episode, as you can tell, we're going to be doing a brand called From the First. It's a weird name, honestly. It's made in Italy though, at least from everything I've seen, it's supposed to be made in Italy. Everything's branded made in Italy, but I haven't come across any other kind of issues with them as far as being not made in Italy, in other words. But there are some brands out there, we all know that they claim they may be made somewhere, and it's only just like part of the shoe. But these guys definitely seem like they're made in Italy for sure. So let's dive into it. These are kind of one of those, they're really weird. Like this particular one here is a very, very, very weird one, okay? This brand does make a few other ones. I've done like sole protectors and all sorts of work on other models where they're all black, they're just normal leather and everything, and those are kind of an easy one. These, I will point out, this is one they're like really just nude colors. I mean, you can see everything is just nude on these, and they are extremely sensitive. I mean, the light is going to change the color of these. The longer they're out there in the light, the more they're going to change. This particular finish here is supposed to be one of those where as you wear it, it's going to have its own natural patina. It's going to drastically change over the first couple of months, and then over the years it's going to keep changing and evolving significantly. So this is one of those boots there and everything that this gentleman, you know, brought in and everything. We have to make sure they're kept in the bags, kept out of the light for too long or anything, only while we're working on them and stuff. They're extremely sensitive, extremely finicky. I mean, you sneeze on these things, you're gonna have splotches and everything. That's it. I mean, be very careful with these ones. The other ones, however, that they have that are finished leather, they're a little bit easier. They're smooth leathers. They've got other variants. They're just basic leathers that are very easy to maintain and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to kind of dive into it and kind of give it a quick rating as far as overall what these boots are all about. So material quality, I'll give these a 7.5 because they are great materials and everything like that, but it's debatable depending on what you're after. Like if you grab one of their basic black ones and stuff, the material is going to be very, good quality and stuff like that, and you're not going to have much issues with them at all. However, if you get something like this and you're not aware of what's going to happen to these boots, you're kind of out of luck, and the material is not going to matter to you at that point because they're supposed to change drastically naturally. They're going to change patina, they're going to change shades, they're going to look dirty, nasty, mucky in some cases, but that's kind of the natural effect of these, so it really shows off that leather and everything. Build quality, I'll give them an 8. They're very nicely tight stitched. Everything's just really well formed, everything's well angled. They're just really nice. Again, I've worked on a few of these already, and it's a really tight fit all around. Like everything's just so snug and everything. So it's nice, but at the same time, you're not going to have much of a loose fit to it or anything like that. Where we jump into the comfortability of it, I'm going to give these a 6.5 just because on these boots, everything is tight. Everything on it. I mean, you're going to put these things on, they're going to be really tight. Plus, as you can see, these heels are not short. They are very high heels. And that's almost all of their boots that I've come across that have that kind of higher heel. So for some people, that's not going to be a comfortable thing. If you're going from a Western boot to something that's supposed to be really dressy, casual, kind of fashion forward, this might be the perfect boot for you because you're used to a higher heel on a cowboy boot. So this is kind of going to be that transition stage for you from going from Western boots that are kind of loose fitting but yet still have that heel, where these ones are going to be much tighter than a cowboy boot but still have that heel on them. So comfortability is going to be a 6.5. It's going to be debatable for some people love that tight fit. Support on it, I'm going to bump that up to a 7.5 just because you've got a little bit more of a heel. Usually when you have more of a heel, you actually have more arch support in it, which is definitely a good thing as well. Some people aren't going to be comfortable with it, obviously, because they're not used to a heel that high, but support-wise, it actually is technically beneficial. Collectability. I'm gonna have to give these an 8, honestly, just because it's really cool to have a pair of these things, whether it's this finish here or if it's going to be just one of their plain black ones or brown ones or any of the other colors. It's still a really cool boot, and the way everything is just, it's so tight fitting, it looks really nice, I think. Showoff ability, also an 8, just because it's one of those, if you're in the shoe game, if you're a collector of shoes and boots, you're going to know what these are, and you're going to be like, ooh, especially in this finish, because when you wear these and they start evolving and changing and your friends look at them and say, what are those new boots? No, they're the same ones from 2 months ago, but they changed that drastically. But even their regular black ones, they're pretty cool looking as well. It's just, again, that heel though might kill some people. Maintenance. Now, maintenance is going to be a huge factor. If you get one of their regular finished leather ones or regular colored ones, they're going to be an 8. Very easy to maintain, very easy to care for. However, if you get these ones here, like this finish here, it's a 2. It might even be a 1 or a 0 even for you. Sorry, but that's the way it is. It's a very hard to maintain shoe. You're only going to use a conditioner. You're going to find what you want. What are you after? You have to plan in advance, years down the road, what you want the outcome to be with these finishes here. Because if your goal is to have a certain shade, you're going to use only one type of conditioner that has only mink oil in it, and that's what you're going to use from then on forward. You're never going to change it. You're not allowed to change it. You can't change to a different product at all. You use one product, you stick to it, and that's it. You start messing with it, you're going to mess that up bad. Okay, so it's very finicky. Okay, just full disclosure. However, because of that, like Marcus saw these things, his first reaction's custom patina. Oh yeah. His goal is, to possibly get another pair, the owner of these, and have Marcus do a custom patina on them. So that would be actually very cool. So that's a thing to also debate too. If you get one of these, it's going to be very easy to do absolutely anything you want because they're natural and nude. But yep, that's what those ones are like. Recraftability. I'll give them a 7 because, again, the regular ones are very well built and everything. All the black ones, the brown ones, they're going to be easy to take care of and stuff and get them recrafted and touch up whatever needs to be. These ones are going to be a little tricky and finicky because we don't know what the outcome is going to be depending on how often you wear them, the conditions you wear them, what kind of product you use on it. We don't know what sole will accommodate it and match it up. So there's going to be a little bit of an issue long term for these finishes here if you're not doing a custom patina job on them or custom dye work. If you're going to leave them natural, they're going to evolve and change. It's going to be weird. And we'll just kind of see how it goes down the road and everything. So recraftability, I'll give them about a 7 for that. Price point, they're about a medium to high. They're nothing crazy like in the 4-digit range or anything like that. But for some people at the price point, they're a little high. For some people, it's like an average price for their shoe. So we'll give them about a medium to high price point. Nothing too crazy on those. At the end of the day, are they cash or trash? Honestly, I'd give them a cash. These are a really cool one of those boots that you get to brag about and show off. And especially if you got this one, like, again, Marcus grabbed these, his eyes lit up. He's like, oh man, I wish I could do a custom patina work. But this guy has some plans to let it naturally evolve and change. We're not doing anything major. Actually we're doing major. We need to do an orthopedic lift on these, so there's gonna be some modifications that I have to do and everything for him. But otherwise, as a regular boot, again, the black ones that they have, they're really cool. It's just a matter of whether you love or hate those heels. Those heels are very high. So I'll give them that cash, I guess, just because of that. Keep in mind, though, they are a very tight-fitting boot and shoe. The other person that has brought these kinds of boots into me, he's had to have multiple areas stretched, like the calf area or the width or the instep. So just keep in mind with that, that's kind of going to be an issue. If you got a wider foot, it's going to be a little hard to get to fit. But they do break in. They're a good leather that will break in nicely. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below if they're short. Anything longer, question-wise, details that you need to know or anything, let us know on Facebook or Instagram. You can message us on there. We're able to respond to that a little quicker than emails, or give us a call or swing by if you're here local in Denver in person. We'll see you next time.